Morning children, we are going to start with the grammar book today, and the first chapter we'll be doing from periodic 2 is verbs. Verbs are sometimes called the action words or the doing words. They are the words that express an action, event or a state of being. For example, jump is the action word. So what we are going to learn today, we are going to learn about action words called verbs. We will practice recognizing them in our reading and look at how to use interesting verbs to improve our writing. For example, the fish swim in the sea. Action word swim tells us what fish are doing. Next example is Cyril is chatting on the phone. Two words from the verb is chatting. Is verb describes the state. The basic rule to learn about the subject verb agreement. The subject and the verb in a sentence must agree in numbers. Singular subjects must have singular verbs and plural subjects take plural verbs. For example, in the sentence, the hen lays egg. If the subject in a sentence is singular, the verb should also be singular. And if I say hens lay eggs, if the subject in the sentence is plural, the verb should also be plural. When you and I are used in a sentence, we always use a plural verb. For example, you are happy today. You type with your eyes closed. Amazing. I swim very well. And the next topic that you have in your book is transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. A transitive verb always takes an object while an intransitive verb does not take an object. Let us go through some examples to understand the concept of transitive and intransitive verbs. Not every verb takes a direct object. The direct object completes the meaning of the verb, but not every verb needs completion. For example, I built last year. This sentence feels incomplete. Something is missing. What did I build? To complete the idea, I should add a direct object. I built a house last year. And if we consider an opposite example, I ran yesterday. This sentence is completely fine, just like that. Right? The idea is complete and the verb doesn't require a direct object. So, as I have told you earlier also, verbs that take direct objects are called transitive verbs. The meaning of a transitive verb is incomplete without a direct object. She is drinking a glass of water is the example. Next topic is regular and irregular verbs. Most verbs form their past tense forms by adding d or ed to their base form. Such verbs are called regular verbs. For example, laugh becomes laughed, adding ed to laugh. Pray becomes prayed, look, looked, stitch, stitched, zip, zipped. And the irregular verbs, they form their past tense forms in other ways. For example, run, ran, go, went, make, made. So here I've included the list of some of common irregular verbs. For example, ring, rang, rung, sing, sang, sung, show, showed, shown, say, said, said, run, ran, run. Some more examples are hurt, 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 lay, laid, laid, hold, held, held. The topic that you have to do from your book is auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs are the helping verbs. They cannot occur independently without a main verb following them. Or in other words, we can say an auxiliary verb is used to add functional or grammatical content to the information that is expressed by another verb, which is considered to be the main verb. If we take an example, Sumesh can speak Marathi. Speak is the main verb and can is the auxiliary verb. Now these auxiliary verbs include the primary verbs and the modal auxiliaries. Primary verbs are be, do and have, which can also function as main verbs. And modal auxiliaries they express possibility, necessity, permission and prediction, such as will, can, may, shall, would, could, might, should and must. All the auxiliary verbs are irregular verbs. They form their past tense in an irregular way. I hope this video will help you to answer all the questions that are asked in today's worksheet, and it will also clear your concept of verbs.